Good day, good day, good day, everybody. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rep Melissa. I am Rep Melissa, and I am on location. So, the lighting in this hotel room is not good. So, I look very dark to me, but hopefully, you can see me and you all can hear me. So please let me know if you can. If you could put something in the comments and let me know that you can hear me well and see me well, that would be great because the Wi Fi in this hotel also is not the best. So, yes, on location. Say cool. Good day. Good day. Good. I'm glad y'all can hear me well also. So, I am excuse me, I'm at one of my favorite places in the world. Well, let me say in the United States, one of my favorite cities in the United States, which is New Orleans. I love New Orleans. And sometimes I say New Orleans, sometimes I say New Orleans, so whatever. And no lie, and no lie, in Louisiana is where I am in the hotel room, as you can see from the wall of curtains behind me. We have the lovely view of the garage, which I have to say, at first I was going to complain and request, not complain. Let me take that back. I was going to request another room with a better view, and then something within me said, no, this is fine. And I said, okay, so we'll stay here. And I'm happy that I did because there's no noise. There's no street noise. There's no car noise. There's no traffic noise. There's no people noise. It is quiet. And that's a good thing because I do like to be in a hotel room that's quiet. So I do have that. So we're here. I'm here with my husband. He's here on business. I'm here to support his business. And there's a event. This is the third year called NOLA Music Con, and it is a music festival conference. Um, yeah, it's more like a conference for a specific a specific for independent artists, independent um, producers, independent promoters in the music space. But it's also blending technology, other arts, um, yeah, out of the box type of people. And my husband is one of those out of the box people because he has a independent radio station called Rhythm and Soul Radio that I would encourage you all to check out. It's available 24 hours a day on the internet. You could just go to Rhythm and Soul Radio and check them out. You'll hear music that you don't hear on other streaming platforms, and especially on mainstream radio. So he has been a supporter of independent music, independent artists for over 30 years. It is his passion, it is his purpose, and he does an amazing job at it. So check him out at rhythmandsoulradio.com and you'll hear what I'm talking about. So he's left already. He's on a panel tomorrow, and today he's just broadcasting the whole conference and interviewing folks who are participating. And go to nolamusiccon.com and you can see information about that. Go to rhythmandsoulradio.com and you can hear what he's up to while we're here. All right. So I just wanted to get that out and share that because I'm really proud of him. Because it's not easy, y'all. It is not easy following your dream and following what you know is yours to do. That's your passion, that is your purpose, that which brings you joy. And he is certainly connected to his yes. So shout out to Marco Nobles, my husband. So, welcome everyone to Morning Sip with Reb Melissa. I am Reb Melissa. I am a interfaith minister and spiritual life coach. And Sip is Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. So it's good to be back with you all live today. Friday show and Monday show was a replay. Friday show was a replay because I was sick. I got a really bad cold, had a light fever. I was just a little bit out of it. So I decided to listen to my body and take it easy, and that's what I did. So Friday and Saturday, I basically was in the bed, and by Sunday, I was feeling much better. And Monday, we were on the plane here. So I'm glad to be with you all live here in New Orleans. And we're going to pick up where we left off last week, which is with our Crossroads series. So we started our Crossroads series, and I have been taking us on a journey. I've been taking us on a journey through the 8 prophecies that are shared in the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. So I left my book home, I left my notes home. So we're gonna be winging it a little bit. We're gonna be winging it a little bit. I did find some reference to it, so I think we'll be okay. And today we're going to talk about the 4th fire prophecy. So if you remember, the first fire prophecy was all about listening and taking action. And what action was the prophecy? That prophecy was to move from where you are and go someplace else. Move from where you are and go someplace else. So the indigenous people were told to follow and listen to this prophecy for the good of the people and the land. And they did, and they moved. The second fire prophecy told them to move even farther from where they were. And in that move, they split into 3 groups. They split into 3 groups. They took different routes, but they met up again. And when they met up again, they forged a confederacy. And the third fire prophecy is where they reunited. So the second prophecy, they split up. The third prophecy, they reunited, and they wind up reuniting someplace that was foretold before, which is where the food grows on the water. And so the people lived there for a long time under the care of nature, because we know indigenous people knew the wisdom of the land, know the wisdom of nature, and they listen and they are obedient and they follow it. So the spiritual teachings that had guided them kept the people strong and together as they flourished in the bosom of their non-human relatives, right? So we're talking about nature when we're talking about our non-human relatives. So that brings us to the 4th fire prophecy. Excuse me. So the 4th fire prophecy. So there were 2 prophets that arose among the people, foretelling the coming of the light-skinned people in ships from the east. I wonder who that could be. The light-skinned people coming in ships from the east. But the two prophets had two different prophecies about the light-skinned people coming in ships from the east. One prophet said that the light-skinned people came in brotherhood and they would bring great knowledge. The other prophet sounded a warning, and he said that what looks like the face of brotherhood might be the face of death. How would the people know which prophet was true? Now, don't we often find ourselves in that same place at a crossroad, right? Two prophets prophesizing two very different things. And sometimes in our lives, because what we're doing with our Crossroads series is applying these prophecies to our lives, right? To our lives. And sometimes we are finding ourselves in a position where we're being told two different things, or we may have two different options. We may literally be at a crossroads and have to make a decision about which direction we will go. Sometimes our crossroad, those two prophets, one prophesizing one thing and one prophesizing another, could be our ego self talking to us, telling us to do this, and the other could be our higher self, our inner knowing, our intuition telling us, no, do this, listen to this, go here, don't go here. Whatever the situation may be, we might find ourselves at a choice point. Who do you listen to? What do you listen to? Do you listen to your ego or do you listen to your spirit? Do you trust the information that you are receiving, or do you question it and not make any moves whatsoever? So this is where the people were. The light-skinned people were coming in ships. One prophesied that they will bring brotherhood, and the other prophesied that they would bring death. So we know what happened. We know what happened to the indigenous people who decided to listen to the first prophecy, the first prophet who said, oh no, they come in brotherhood, all's good, we could trust them. Yeah. Just like us, right? We know what we need to do, and still we don't do it. We know the voice that is speaking to us is the voice of our higher self, of our inner wisdom, and yet we do not listen. And that caused us death, right? That death in a metaphysical sense. So, are you at a crossroads? Are two options being presented to you? Two choices, and you have a decision to make. The choice may be to do what you always done in the past. Or the other option choice may be to go out to take a leap of faith, to do something you wouldn't typically do, to do something that might be risky, that takes you out of your comfort zone. We all have prophecy within us. It's called our intuition. It's called, I call it God in Me, God as Me. Who do you listen to? What do you pay attention to? Sometimes the choice can be to do what the world does. And the other choice may be to do what God said do, to do what your intuition said do, to follow the dream. It could be a literal dream that you had. So we get to prophesize over our own lives by trusting our inner knowing. And this is the work that we're doing in this class that I'm teaching, Self-Mastery, Emergence of the True Self. When we understand that we are the masters of our own lives, that we are creating our lives by our thinking, our feeling tone, what we're speaking into existence, and by the actions that we're taking every single day, when we really get that, we are masters. Self-mastery with a capital S is what we tune into, not the lower S, the ego self that likes things in the status quo. Just keep it the way it's always been. This feels good. I'm comfortable. This is cushy for me. Don't cause no problems. Don't ruffle no feathers. Make sure everyone is comfortable. There's a prophecy speaking to you, whispering in your ear. It is a sacred voice that is calling you forward. And here you are at the crossroads. Which prophet will you listen to? The prophet of life or the prophet of death? The choice is up to you. Always the choice is up to us. So that is the fourth fire prophecy. All right, y'all. So tomorrow is our fifth Wednesday in the month. And on the fifth Wednesday in the month, we do not do our community cafe. So I just want to let everyone know that if you are one of the folks who attends our community cafe at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living at 7 p.m. tomorrow, we will not have one. Our next one is next Wednesday, where I will be leading us in a life visioning process. Okay? So, because I have no notes, I will leave the joy news there, and I'll have more to share with some joy news tomorrow. All right? All right, y'all. I am excited for my time here in New Orleans. We're on location this whole week for Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I'll probably do some lives throughout the day on some of the days, try to capture Marco and his element, and share that with you guys as well, just to give you a little flavor of what's happening here. And I had my oysters. So, sidebar. One of the things that I love about New Orleans is their char grilled oysters. There is nothing like it that I've had yet. I've tried it in different places, and nothing compares to New Orleans char grilled oysters. And so last night I said, instead of the char grilled, I'm going to have the oyster Rockefeller. And that was delicious as well. Marco had the char grilled oysters, and I had the oysters Rockefeller. So I got to get a couple of his oysters, and I was in heaven. We had a wonderful meal. I had taste of New Orleans, so it was a little bit of everything, a little bit of gumbo, a little bit of red beans and rice, and a little bit of the crawfish. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. It was so good. It was so good, y'all. So we just been hanging out yesterday, walking around, seeing what we can see. And I'm not a Bourbon Street girl at all. I don't like the vibe on Bourbon Street. It's like, for me, I did it once. I don't ever have to do it again. We did walk down there yesterday because Marco wanted to go down last night, and it wasn't too crowded or anything. But a highlight that happened, and there's music playing all along Bourbon Street, and some of the places it's amazing music. And so whenever we heard something that was like, oh my God, like that sounds great, we would go in. And so it was this group performing, and oh my goodness, I'm going to forget the name of the song now, but the song was really, really popular by the Gap Band back in the day. And don't you know, the writer of the song came into the spot. So he and his wife were walking down Bourbon Street, heard the band playing the song from the Gap Band, they come in. She was like, "That's your song you wrote." And they come in. Marco recognized the guy. So of course, after the band sang the song, Marco went over and had a conversation with him, and they took pictures and everything. So we're hoping that he'll be interviewed by Marco sometime this week. So that would be awesome. The writer of this really popular Gap Band song that I can't think of right now, we met him last night, and we got a picture with him. So that was really, really cool. So anything is liable to happen here in New Orleans. You liable to see all kinds of folks. So we're all for it. Meeting new people, having great conversations, eating great food, and just soaking up the energy and the positive vibes of New Orleans. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful today. Let me check in before I say adios. Good day, Malone. I see you. Oh, we're at one of the Sonesta properties, Sekou. You're asking which hotel. One of the Sonesta properties here in New Orleans. So, yeah. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.